Hello students, so welcome back. Today we will be starting a new chapter, that is Adaptation in Plants for class 4. Now when we are talking about plants, so we can see plants everywhere. You will see plants, some plants grow on land, even you will find some plants growing in water. So first of all, like plants that grow on land are known as terrestrial plants. So examples of terrestrial plants are mango tree, any tree or plant that is growing on land, rose plant, papaya tree, banana tree. So the plants which grows on land are called terrestrial plants. Among the terrestrial plants, you will see there are trees, that is the trees are those plants which have broad and thick trunk and they grow tall. Then you will find shrubs. Shrubs are plants with woody stem, for example rose. Then you will find herbs. The herbs are plants with weak stems like coriander. Again you will find creepers. Creepers are those plants which creeps or crawls along the ground like watermelon. Again climbers. Climbers are those plants which have very weak stem and they take the support of another plant or take a support to climb up like bitter gourd. Then again you will find some plants like cactus. All these are terrestrial plants. Now plants growing in water. We will find some plants growing in water. So plants that grow in water are known as aquatic plants. For example, lotus, water lily, all these are aquatic plants. So you will find the aquatic plants growing in the ponds, rivers and water bodies nearby. So plants grow in different conditions and they have different body features. So in this chapter we will be studying about the different body features of the plants and how they are adapted to live in the particular surrounding. For example, the body features of the tree, mango tree, is different from that of a creeper or a climber. Or you can say the body features of a plants growing on the land are different from those growing in the water. So there are differences in the body features which make them to grow in that particular environment. Now these body features help them to live comfortably in a particular place, that is in the particular place in which they are growing. It is their body features will help them to live comfortably. For example, if we take the example of a cactus plant, the cactus plants have got certain body features which helps them to grow in the desert. Where and what is the characteristics of desert? There is very little rain or very little water and the soil and it has got sandy soil. So cactus plants are adapted or the body features are such modified that they can grow well in the desert condition, in a desert. So talking about body features, like the body features, I told you about the word adaptation. Like what is adaptation? So cactus plant, for example, cactus plants have certain body features which help them to live in a particular environment. These features which has been modified for the cactus plant are the adaptation taken by the plant or the adaptations undergone by the plant. Now how can you define adaptation? So adaptation, the body features and habits that help a living thing to live in its natural surrounding is called adaptation. So what is adaptation? Adaptation is the body features and the habits of a living things that helps a living thing to live in its surrounding comfortably is called adaptation. So the body features, so in case of cactus we will be studying in detail the various adaptations of cactus. So the body features of, for example, if you are taking for example the cactus plant, the body features of cactus and its habit, how it can live in the desert comfortably is termed as will be the adaptation for the cactus plant. Now there are various plants. For in case of terrestrial plant we will be discussing about the cactus plant. So the cactus plant, they are, I told you, they are adapted to live in the hot sandy hot place where the soil is sandy and there is very little rainfall. Again, hot winds blow during the day and the nights are very cold. So in the desert the weather condition is that it is very hot during the daytime as hot winds blow. Again at night it is very cold. The plants that grow in the desert are adapted to this hot dry condition with very little available of water. So there are few adaptations shown in cactus plant. First of all, if we talk about the leaves of the cactus plant, you will see there is no leaves. As we see in general, as we see leaves in case of terrestrial plants, there are no leaves, such leaves in cactus plants, but the leaves are modified to spines. So why the leaves are modified to spines? Because since they grow in the desert and there is very less water, so the plant cannot afford to lose water. And when a plant have leaves, what will happen? The transpiration, the process of transpiration takes place. That is, the leaves of the plant gives out water. It's a process of transpiration. So the cactus plant cannot afford to lose any water. That is why the leaves are modified into spines. Moreover, these spines also protect the animals from protect the plants from grazing animals. So when the spines are there, the animals will not come and eat that plant. So I hope it is clear. So first adaptation of cactus plant is that the leaves are modified into spines to avoid or to prevent the excess loss of water and also to protect the plant from grazing animals. Now second adaptation of cactus plant is the stems. If we are talking about the stems, you will see the stems are green in color. So the green color stems makes the food for the plant. And in case of cactus plant, you will see the stems are thick and fleshy. So it is the stem in which the plant stores the food and water. So in other plants you will see it is the leaves which makes food for the plant, but in case of cactus plants, since there is no leaves, the leaves are modified into spines. So the stem, green and fleshy stem of the plant makes food for the plant and also stores the excess food and water for the plant. Next, moving on to the flowers. The cactus plant, the flowers of the cactus plant blooms at night. Because as I have said, in desert during the day it is very hot. So due to the heat of the desert, the flower, if it blooms during the daytime, it will not able to survive. That is why, to avoid this heat, they bloom at night. Then the next adaptation for cactus plant is the roots. The roots of this plant spread close to the surface of the ground. They don't go deep into the ground, but they spread close to the surface of the ground. Why? Because there is very less rainfall or less rainfall in desert. So whenever it rains, in order to get even the first few drops of rain, the roots spread close to the ground. Then the cactus plant absorbs, which enables the cactus plant to absorb plenty of water when it rains, and it stores this water in its stem, and the plant survives with this water for the rest of the year until it rains again. So these are the 4 adaptations of cactus plants. First, the leaves modified to spines, then the stem is green in color, thick fleshy stem which makes food for the plant and also stores the food and water for the plant. Then the flower which blooms at night to avoid the heat of the sun, and the roots which spread close to the ground to absorb the first few drops of rain. And the cactus plants survive, cactus plant stores this rainwater in the stem and uses it for the rest of the year. So with this we will conclude here. So these are your questions.